Whoa! That is quick. Whoa! Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. So today we're talking about drones, in particular this one, the DJI Avata. You know that I've grabbed this and I've had a bit of a kind of, experience with this drone. Go check out the other videos if you're interested in all of that. But because obviously this is quite a new drone, there's new products coming out all the time for it. And this company, Axis, actually sent me some motors. So we've got some uprated motors. Now this is kind of something that's not really happened before on these sort of drones, because normally you just pick up a DJI drone, you fly it, you don't really modify it. You may do some bits and pieces to improve it, maybe change the props if you can find maybe a better prop for the job, but no one's really kind of made upgraded motors for these drones before. So this is quite interesting. The motors are a bit bigger than the standard ones. Now I've actually put them on already. You can see here they do look a little bit bigger than the other ones. They're probably they feel the same, but they've definitely got more area. They're meant to be more powerful. They're meant to give it some more beans, basically, because it's a heavy drone, and it always has felt to me a little bit underpowered. It's mainly because it's heavy. You're not really going to get around that, and also because you've got the prop guards on. This thing is so durable, like you can smash it about, and it's really good. So that is the reason why it's heavy. Anyway, I've got these motors on. I'm not going to sort of bore you with any kind of information about how to fit these motors, because there's already loads of videos about that that would probably cover it better than me. But let's just say I didn't dismantle the whole drone. I literally just took off this sensor and the prop guards. I literally just pulled those off, got access to the wires, and just literally snip the wires and join them onto the existing wires coming out of the ESC. Now, rightly or wrongly, I don't see any problem with doing that. The joints are good, everything's nicely insulated, and it will absolutely work fine. It just avoids taking off loads of stuff. You've got to take off all the antennas, you've got to take off camera connections, everything, GPS, the whole lot. So I was like, I could have done that, but I actually thought it was quicker just snipping the wires and soldering them on. But I have been doing this stuff for a long time, so it's maybe a bit easier for me. Anyway, so I've got the motors on, and what I thought I would do is a sort of test where I'm going to fly this as standard, so obviously before I've put the motors on, and then I'll do another test in the same place next day, just so that I'm aware, because I don't fly this all the time, this drone. So for me to just stick the motors on, would I actually notice a difference? So yeah, first test coming up now. This is just the Avata flying normally at my local little flying field, and then we'll go on to what it's like with the new motors. Right guys, let's try and get some nice footage. Stick it in manual mode. Just try and remember how this flies, because it's been a while since I flew it actually. Start the motors. Yeah, it's very different to your FPV stuff. I just cleaned the camera actually, because it was looking a little bit blurred. It is easy to fly. You can't chance doing that with an FPV drone, not with a 4-inch, 5-inch anyway. It does fly nicely. And that's going to give you an idea of like the power, because obviously with the new motors it should make quite a bit of difference. I love this approach. See this with a fixed wing FPV coming into land. Lovely, isn't it? I did check, it does do that sort of snappy kind of yaw thing where it loses control, like everybody's complaining about. My one does actually do it. So the chances whether to actually like just chance the motor, say, well, that's probably more me actually. I have actually tried it with another, in another field, and it was doing it. So you know, it is a cine whoop after all. It's not, you know, meant to be the most powerful thing in the world. It'd be nice to get a little bit more power, 100%, you know, definitely be good to have more power. More power is always going to be good. It does make a sound as well, this thing. It is loud. Loud as you like. So it'd be interesting to try these obviously side by side motors, you know, just to see, because I was tempted to just stick them on, and obviously that might just, you know, you're not going to see the full experience, if you know what I mean. Just sort of like doing that and then recovering at last minute. You know, I'm by no means like a kind of good FPV pilot at all, but I have a go at these things, as you know. Fly as close to objects as possible and hope I don't crash. Long flight time, this thing though, and it makes me wonder if you couldn't just trade off a bit of this flight time for, you know, bit of performance. But it's heavy, that's the problem. Whatever you do, you're not gonna solve that problem of it being heavy, and it's meant to be heavy. It's designed that way. So it hasn't quite got enough power to come out of something like that. That's the problem. You know, on my 4-inch, you know, my 5-inch stuff, I'd be like, oh, quick, just punch out, and I'd be absolutely fine. But it's fast though, isn't it? It is fast. Well, it feels fast. I don't know if it... When I looked at these meters per second kind of calculations, it was only saying, what, like 40 mile an hour, something like that. First thing you notice when you fly like a proper FPV drone after this is that you absolutely just, you know, pin the throttle and the thing's about 200 feet in the air. It's that sort of power that you're getting from those drones is on a different level. You know, it is a cine whoop after all. Whee! Right, okay, so with the new motors on, let's see what it's like. It's hard to immediately tell any difference. Oh no, I think it is actually quicker. Or is that just placebo effects? No, that's definitely got a better climb out. That's strange, it's got to do some sort of... Right, let's try one of my sort of kind of loop things and see what happens there. Yeah, it sounds a bit more crazy, definitely. I wasn't low enough to sort of you know, punch out of that. Yeah, no, that's definitely more powerful. It definitely sounds more powerful. Don't know what you think, guys. It's hard to sort of see in the. That's got some. It has got some beans. I'm going to tilt my camera up a little bit. Try some real high speed stuff. Oh, there you go. There's the dreaded yaw. There's the dreaded yaw thing, so don't fix that. Yeah, they've done it again. It's even worse when you're going faster. Got to be very careful. Yeah, they're faster. Whoa! That is quick. Whoa! Trouble is, you want to do that yaw thing all of the time. That's the problem. I think the battery's starting to stick it in sport mode. That's actually pretty terrifying. I think because my camera angle is so high. Let's bring it back to see how hot these motors are. Wow, that's pretty bonkers, actually. Wow, that seems to be making quite a lot of difference, guys. So motors themselves, they're just warm. They're not like, you know, hot or anything. The battery feels hot. Right, I'm gonna flip a new battery in. Right, okay, let's just try and fly this nicely now and just not try and absolutely scream around. Set my camera tilt a little bit lower. It definitely has more oomph, I'll tell you that. Just like initially, just kind of, you know, just that first takeoff, you can tell where it feels more like, you know, what I'm used to, where you kind of like, you know, just slight bit of throttle and you're up in the air. Because that flight time on that last battery was, I mean, we're at like 40 something percent, 45% or something like that, and that was only like, you know, not even 4 minutes in. So it's that trade-off I was talking about. You know, it'd be nice to have a bit more power and trade off a bit of flight time, which you can do with these motors, which is really good. But that yaw thing is out of control though, and with these motors it just makes it even worse. So yeah, it's the speed that is the killer with this. Totally. So you're not going to be able to, you know, you're not going to be able to fly this super fast and do one of those fast yaw turns, otherwise you're going to end up having a lot of trouble. I didn't crash though. I was quite impressed by that. It's quite relaxing to just fly like this, but you know, you don't need the motors to do this. You can hear it fight a bit, you know, to try and where it's kind of about to happen, even at low speeds. It is an issue. I've heard they've taken some back. They're taking some back. I've heard that's the thing. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but I can't really send this one back now. I don't know if it's a hardware modification they're doing to it or if it's software, but yeah, can't really send this one back now. I've sabotaged it with the motors, but who knows. You still have to put on just that little bit more throttle just to get out of a pickle, but it's still okay. It's better than it was for sure. See that, yeah, you know, got to give it a punch. That was out of control fast. I think it was about 60 miles an hour. Which is amazing, really, isn't it? Those fast, you know, you can see how quick that was. Yeah, see, it will punch out of that a little bit, kind of more than it did. It's not huge, but it's something. Last minute. Yeah, we'll do it. That's what you want, just that little bit more power so that you can, when you get into trouble, you can actually just get out of it. You know, being a fairly noob FPV pilot, not that high, but still can do it. Of course, as that battery gets a bit lower, like you're gonna have trouble. So you're at 41%. Hey. Oh, that's unlucky, isn't it? Don't worry, I didn't bin it. It's still in one piece. It's amazing, really, isn't it? How it can smash into some barbed wire and still actually be perfect. No problem at all there. So impressive stuff, isn't it? I mean, that's made it so much quicker. I mean, if speed was your only goal, then that's going to be, that's going to solve the problem. The only trouble is, it's the washout, the yaw washout. It's just absolutely terrible now. So you can't do any kind of high speed spins, which is a bit of a problem. It's going to be really interesting to see how DJI address this issue going forward, whether it's going to be hardware or software, and whether it can be applied to drones without having to send them back. Obviously I can't do that now because I've stuck these motors on. Well, I could do. I reckon I'm capable of sticking the old motors back on without anyone knowing. But yeah, to sum up, if you want to load more power, get some Axis flying motors, C157 3650 kV motors. There's only one, you can't choose any different ones, and they'll do the job pretty impressively, I might add. Anyway, that's it from me. Catch you in the next one.